Hello, welcome, Video Game Town at night. I am Grant Bruner, editor-in-chief of Video Game Town. Joining me, Jared Russo, Chief Creative Officer, Chief Content Officer. What are you?
I don't remember which one it is, but I like to be known as the mayor.
The mayor of
I'm the mayor,
Video Game
baby.
Town. We're playing a game this time. So we've been playing a lot of Switch 2. Unsurprisingly, it's new. It's exciting. I'm gonna bring this down. So face. We're playing on a PS5. Bam, PS5, baby. Death Stranding 2 is here. It's here, and it's near. I'm gonna see. Realize that I gotta look at chat. I gotta figure out how to bring chat. Okay, there we go. Chat room on the side of my string. So I had done basically the first half hour, and
Okay.
it's okay. So your guy, you're this motherfucker. You're Norman Reedus,
Yeah.
from The Walking Dead. That guy.
Yep.
He connected all of the remnant of America, saved America. Now he has fucked off to Mexico. There was a baby that used to be in a weird bottle that he carried around with him. He took the baby out of the bottle. Baby's now growing up into a person. Like it's still a baby. Like it's still really young, but it's like growing as a person instead of being a weird baby.
Test tube. Baby.
Yeah. So he's also like, well, I can't carry around a fucking baby anymore. So the baby's back at home, back on base. Fragile, a character important from the last game, who has her whole body. She was tortured. Like everything, she wears like a jumpsuit. Everything below her has been there's a specific kind of rain, and when you get wet with this rain, it's called timefall.
You got this.
It ages your body, like it ages everything. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is how he brings up a menu. Is you gotta like it. And so everything below her body she got tortured with timefall, and so she's like super aged below her neck. But of course, you can't be a Hideo Kojima game and have like even a slightly aged woman. This is like a 25-year-old.
Grant, can I tell you some things that I know for sure about this series because I've played 0 minutes of Death Stranding 1 or 2.
Okay.
Every time I think of this game, I think of the New York Comic-Con I went to where there was a statue of Norman Reedus and the baby. And people were singing, "Baby bottle pop, baby bottle pop." And I took a photo with it. And then I went back to my apartment in Crown Heights, and my roommate, who is a professional delivery driver at the time, said that Norman Reedus, like he delivered something to a really nice building, and it was him, and he didn't tip. So
Norman Reedus.
that's what I know.
I can only hope that like some assistant set it up, and the guy thought that he thought that he was already like that's the only thing is like he thought the tip was done already. It is, if he knowingly didn't tip, that is uncool. Like,
It seems like he was just like a jerk who just lived alone or whatever.
that sucks. If that is the case, which I don't know, and I'm certainly not saying that is the case, which I don't know. But if that is the case, then that's a huge fucking bummer.
So what are we doing here? You're controlling him like Quap? Like
No.
moving the
I'm
leg?
walking, but like if I'm over fucked up terrain, which I think we can do this. We can scan this, and this will say like, so you see these little red things. You see the little red X's that pop up. Those are like, hey, if you're on this, it's gonna like fuck up your shit, or like it could fuck up your shit. Like if you're climbing, it could fuck up your shit. So this kind of gives you a view of how the terrain is, which I'm in a streaming mode, so it's like it's not as easy to see as if I was just playing on my TV regular.
Okay.
But it's like, hey, if you're on tough terrain, or like I crossed a river earlier, if it was a bigger river, so you gotta like grip and like, try to not fall the fuck over. And if you fall, you can fall the fuck over.
Yeah.
In the previous game, you fell over. The baby is pissed. Okay, so give you a thing. So basically, we got across. I don't know if this is like the Southwest or this is the Rio Grande, but we gotta get here. Ultimately, we gotta get further. This is the first. There's like a bigger thing, but this is our first step. So you can draw routes on this pause, and you can place markers to basically say like, okay, I'm looking here, I'm looking at the terrain, and go like, I'm not gonna climb this fucking mountain because that's gonna suck ass. I'm gonna try to like go around, and you try to plot it, and it kind of gives you away. You can also tell like there are zoom. You can see like, so I'm here, and it's like I don't want to just beeline because here's where like fucking they call them terrorists, which woof. Marauders, people who are gonna fuck up your shit. The important thing to know is if a person dies, they basically become a nuclear weapon. Whereas if they are not taken care of, if somebody dies and like, let's say you live because the world has been, it's kind of like a state of apocalypse. If you just die, like you don't have to be murdered. You just die of old age and nobody knows because you're in a bunker. If they don't like deal with your body and nobody knows that you died, it's gonna leave a fucking crater because it's gonna blow up like a nuke, and it's gonna fuck shit up real bad. So you cannot like shoot and murder people, because if you do, you're creating a bunch of like nuclear weapons, like not literally nuclear weapons, but like if you do that, it's going to be fucking bad. It's going to be really, really, really bad. So you have guns, but they shoot like not bolos, but like what the hell is it called? Like they wrap around you and they like.
Oh yeah.
Bolo is like the tie. Is it also like a bolo?
That's what my brain thought. I was like,
bolo.
yeah, like
maybe
shoot
it's
up like Batman has them to like around the ankles.
So you gotta you gotta deal with them non-lethally, or there is a fucking problem.
Boy, you think Todd Howard was really jealous when he found that out? And he was like, fuck, why didn't I put that into my Fallout games? Like, that would have been genius.
Maybe.
The nuclear fallout turns people into nukes.
Unsurprisingly, Hideo Kojima has feelings about nuclear weaponry.
Or he just wanted to create weird gameplay systems and came up with like a batshit story while on acid.
Sure, but he also does
it.
have feelings about, like, Metal Gear Solid is just all about fucking nuclear. Like, he's from Japan.
No, I understand.
He's gonna have feelings about nuclear warfare.
Has Hideo Kojima considered that he put a really cool helicopter in MGS5 that played 80s music? That could be useful for this guy walking through the desert, right?
It's the apocalypse, though, not like the 1980s.
I've seen cars and motorcycles and shit in this game.
There is. You have to like print them. So the whole thing is you connected in the first game. You connected like basically all of America. It's no longer the United States of America. It's the United Cities of America, the UCA. And so like they're like, okay, the new U.S. government or the UCA government, they've got their shit on lock now. We don't need you, pal. We got robots. You've been replaced by AI. We have robots delivering shit because you create like there's this chiral network, which is like once you're connected, you can not only it's like the internet in as much as you're able to communicate between places easily, not instead of really fucking difficult, but it's also like allows you to like print stuff, like 3D print stuff. Like, okay, I'm gonna 3D print this fucking with like if I have enough resources, I can like use the chiral network and like 3D print this motorcycle or whatever. Yeah. So it is like the internet plus, and if you don't have it, you're because they're like there's some apocalyptic shit, beach things, yada yada yada. You don't need to.
If you don't have it, you're a loser.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have it, it makes having a society really hard in this world. So we're just trying to connect.
Brennan Barrett.
We have to go to a bunch of like intermediate spots to get to the end state of where we want to be. In the
thumbnail needs to be us doing this because that's just very funny to me. All right.
Actually, hold on. Can I pose this motherfucker? Is there menu?
Is there a way to go into photo mode and pose with him doing a thumbs up?
Yeah, social.
I mean, you know, it's not that huge
Oh,
of a deal.
I got a Chivo.
Cool.
Corpus. I don't know. System.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but hold on. We just gotta pose, and then I'm gonna bring up the menu, and he's gonna do a thumbs up. Make a face. Okay.
All right, perfect. So I thought this game was set in Australia.
I have heard people say Australia. Here's the thing. It said Chapter 1, Sam, which is this guy, which makes you think, oh, there are going to be chapters where you're not playing as Sam. That's what the implication is if it says Chapter 1, Sam, right?
Well, the only experience I have with Kojima games is literally MGS5. Well, I guess that demo, the Ground Zeroes or whatever. But
You didn't play PT?
I consider that to be like a package. What?
You didn't play PT?
Oh yeah,
Identity
PT.
territory
All right, so
now.
PT and Ground Zeroes and MGS5. I loved MGS5. I put so many hours into that game.
I love it
And that-
too, but there's so
you did
much.
missions, and you got money, and you could use the money for stuff. Whereas in this game, it's like you're being paid for the deliveries, but what are you using that money for?
Oh, you're getting like resources and stuff. It's like, one, it's progressing story, which is important, but you're also getting stuff to, like, as you advance through it, you can like build, you can like 3D print a motherfucking motorcycle, 3D print. I mean, this is the first game I'm talking about. I assume it's in here too. 3D printing like a truck, 3D printing weapons, 3D printing like a exoskeleton so you can carry more shit to do things better. So like you're getting resources, and like you're also like getting resources and lets you build bridges. So like, oh, instead of having to go all the way fucking around here, I can build a bridge here that allows me to move back and forth between this place a whole lot easier. And usually those take lots of resources, which means it's a communal thing. You're pretty much always connected online. I don't think you have to be like, you could go offline, but kind of the whole thing is like everybody's contributing it. It's not always online in a bad way, in that like your game would break. It wouldn't break, but like a lot of the cool stuff is you being online, and it's like an asynchronous multiplayer type deal.
So here's the biggest question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
And this is really going to determine whether I play through these two games eventually.
There's a motherfucker. Look at that motherfucker. I don't want any of that heat.
I want to send D-Dog out to just get him. Can you skip cutscenes?
Yes, you can, but you should not. You can. I paused the cutscene because I was in the middle of something. Like I was like, oh, this thing needs my attention, and I was in the first like 30 minutes of the game. So enemy spotted me. I don't want that.
Because what if I were just to watch all the cutscenes as a movie, and then play the game, and then I don't have to watch
the fucking cutscenes, dude. What the fuck?
Because there was some stuff in MGS5 where I was like, this is my first Metal Gear game, other than renting I think I rented
We gotta
Twin
play
Snakes
all
on
the
GameCube.
Metal Gears, right?
I mean, eventually. But I rented Twin Snakes as a kid on
we gotta
GameCube.
play all the Metal Gear.
Isn't that collection bad though? Like the
No,
one they
it's
put
just unimpressive. Like, it's fine, it plays fine.
Oh, okay.
They just didn't really do anything. They're like, hey, you remember these HD things that we made on the 360? It's that.
Yeah.
It runs fine, but they just didn't do anything. They should have done more.
All right. Here's my promise to the fans. If there is enough monetary support through our website, I will build a PC good enough that I will be streaming games, and then Grant can make me play whatever games he wants on it. I'll stream whatever, man.
I think you wouldn't be able to play games and stream them on the PC, but if you had an Elgato, you could almost certainly stream from whatever the fuck. Because I'm playing on a PS5, obviously. Like, I'm not playing on my Mac Mini.
You're at a cool desk situation where you're like close to everything. My apartment, I have a huge fucking TV, but it's like all the way across from the couch. Yeah. So like it would be weird the way, like, you know what I mean? Like,
so here
we'll figure it out.
You see, like, here's this fucking giant. I can only. It doesn't say that this is the Rio Grande, but like, or Rio Grande, however you want to pronounce it, if you're English or Anglo. It doesn't
The
say
Ariana Grande. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it doesn't say that. But like, probably right. Like, it's
Yeah.
probably the Rio Grande, right?
Yeah. I don't know if there's someone
you're
to sue
going into
you,
Mexico and there's a big fuck off river. It's gonna be like it's
Yeah.
the big fuck off river.
Some country's going to sue you for Kojima for not for naming it what it really is or whatever.
So I don't know
the
if
Gulf of America, not the
I
Gulf
don't.
of
Oh,
Mexico.
Jesus Christ! I don't know if you heard that, but that boop 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 is like some shit
yeah,
is going to
sure.
pop off. So no, we're no longer on the. So there's strong winds. We're no longer on the chiral network. So that, like, when you're on the chiral network, like, batteries like won't drain, et cetera, et cetera. So like, if I was riding a bike, like, shit would be. It's like now you're on the battery of the thing, and so now, okay. So I think that we're gonna have the first.
Ooh, don't get struck by lightning.
Seems bad.
Or
Jesus
ride the lightning
Christ.
for content. Yeah.
You haven't been
So
tell-
this seems like the ultimate podcast game, where you're just like walking for an hour.
You do walk a lot, but I get like it's one of the podcast game where you're like you are walking for like 45 minutes and then like here's a fucking battle. Like you probably should be paying attention.
Well, yeah, I mean you're not paying attention, but it's sort of like just you're not listening to like, Kratos talk to his son Atreus or whatever. Like those are moments where it's like you're paying attention. But when you're just walking through like the desert for a half hour, listen to some Waypoint
Sheltering
radio.
from strong winds. Move up close to a wall. Okay. Or okay. Let me in your walls. Okay. Well, that's pretty sick. Looks like there's some CCTV type shit.
Yeah, I mean, crossing the border seems like a pretty big deal, so.
Used to be before there was fucking like the Death Stranding.
So, what is a Strand type game, and are there more of them?
You could argue, like, I mean, obviously it's a thing that Hideo Kojima just made up. So, like, fundamentally. But if you want to say games that are kind of like Death Stranding, MGS5 is a Strand game. Like,
Yeah.
if it is like games that are like this, it's like he said, well, I was building a bunch of shit under this one company, and then they told me to get lost. And so I said, what if I partnered with Sony and I got their good fucking like Gorilla tech, their engine that they use for Horizon, and what if I like rebuilt the shit that I was doing. So okay, we gotta cross this like offshoot, this tributary. We gotta cross that at some point. So we were just here. So what we need to do is get back on track.
Would you say that you are ashamed of your words and deeds?
No, I'm not.
No? Okay.
I would say that I am not that.
That's good.
Last gen security camera, pick that up.
Now, I've seen some footage in video reviews of like him with guns and stuff.
Yeah, there
I
are
was
guns.
like,
I have a
man,
gun.
It seems like
Oh, that's
this-
hold on. How do I get my gun? I gotta figure out my gun situation. Well, this is how
does it feel like Solid Snake? In Afghanistan or wherever, like.
It's not as gun heavy because like obviously you don't want to like shoot. You're trying not to get into fights if possible. Like in a way like Solid Snake in that like
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a lot gunnier. Like MGS is gunny.
Why me hat?
Yeah. Okay. I gotta remember what the fuck I was doing. How do I got here? Okay, got this, and then I gotta go up, and then I have a handgun, and I have an assault rifle. Like I have a gun.
Well, don't forget your ladder.
Oh yeah.
Did the lightning hit it because it's made of metal?
I just think that it, like, did I drop it?
Yeah,
No, I still have. I think I still have it.
oh, okay.
I,
All right, good.
I'm gonna put my gun. I don't need a gun. And you can do the, like, this is not a click the stick. This is a press the L1, and then like that, press that, and it gives you like the scan of like how shit is, and then if you hold it, you go first person, and it also is like, okay, well, here's like important shit, like here's a ladder I could go steal. Here's like, here are the like the waypoints that I put, like here's a custom waypoint thing that I did. I want to see it steal this ladder. Ladders are very
Sam
useful.
Porter Bridges has a gun.
He does. You groaning, Sam Porter Bridges?
Well, yeah, he's probably got back problems because he's got all this shit on his back and he's like crouching. That can't be good for you or your knees.
Probably not. This sand situation, this sandstorm situation is not great. Oh, also,
my brother saw him live. He went to go see to a Darude concert.
I don't know what a Darude concert would be. Also, I realized, can I turn off the music because this has licensed songs? And like if we were watching a cutscene, it's like they are playing a popular licensed song.
I was gonna ask what you're in streamer mode. I was like, what does that mean? Or is that just like more figurative, like you're just streaming the game?
I think it just means I'm literally streaming the game.
Okay, because there's some games that have streamer mode, or it's like turns off.
The PS5 doesn't know that I'm streaming because I'm capturing the footage. I'm not streaming directly from the PS5.
Gotcha.
No. Hope they don't play a song that's gonna get muted. See, grip for balance. So this is like, you gotta try to not get swept away.
Boy, all this game needs is a sword with a, you know, not an endurance meter, like, or stamina meter, but like weapon degradation. Then it turns into Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Breath of the Wild. So this is the other thing. Timefall doesn't just, it's not just like, oh, if you touches a person. Like, if you get caught in the rain, it's like starts to degrade your shit. Like, oh, I'm carrying these boxes. It's gonna eat through your shit. It's gonna start rusting because it's like, here's time on your ass.
I mean, acid rain would probably also fuck your shit up.
Not that fast,
It's
though.
time rain.
Not that fast. Okay, so this is where we're going. We are in
Ciudad Nudo del Norte.
Hands up, don't shoot. So they have gone through and like basically said like, we've done. Okay. Don't worry, Sam. Okay, so this is Fragile. Oh, it looks like at the end of the game they must have fixed her body or something. Fragile is watching the little baby. The little baby is cute, and Sam is basically adopted father, etc., etc. But they have laid the groundwork. Like they've put these stations that allow you to hook up the chiral network, but like they're like, okay, well, we need like a dude to go and like literally hook it up. We've done the baseline stuff.
So like, where do like most people live? Because this
Like
game
bunkers.
seems so empty.
So that's the thing. It's like because you're by bringing the chiral network, you're then like connecting them back to society where they can like rebuild and start having cities, United Cities of America, start having cities again and blah blah blah. But like in this like, you have this like supernatural shit where like the Death Stranding happens, and then it's like kind of like its own, like it's like a parallel universe or whatever, and time goes differently there, and you can exploit that to like warp places, etc. But like Death Stranding happens, there's a bunch of bad shit that happens, and it basically collapses society. And the first game is like, what if we tried to take all these people spread out in little bunkers everywhere and tried to connect them together and like to rebuild?
So, sounding more like Fallout than I imagined.
A little bit. This is very much a pro-society game.
No anomalies detected. Welcome, Sam.
Well, yeah, I'm sure the people who are on the good side of the morality meters in the games are pro-society, and then there's like the evil people who are like, we live in this, the stupid ghouls. We don't let those ghouls in.
Okay, so we want to deliver and report. Yep.
Deliver and report.
Look how sandy that motherfucker.
Hey, Dusty. The old Dusty Trail. Ooh, sorry, this is the wrong package. I actually ordered diet.
It can't have been easy to come this far south. You're here to bring us onto the chiral network, right?
Well, yeah, brother.
That's a relief. We'll be able to dispose of corpses properly once you've got us online.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like
One less
the
thing
corpse,
for our
because the corpses are
residents to worry
bombs.
about.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
right.
I
Disposing
believe
of
you have
corpses
some
is a
cargo
big
for me, yes?
fucking deal. Like, oh god, we have a bomb. Look how many likes I've got.
Delivery in such good shape. You're a lifesaver.
Yeah, it's also like if you fall down a bunch and fuck up your delivery, they're gonna be like, I guess you dented the shit out of you. You can deliver pizzas in the first game, and they'll be like, hey, you have 30 minutes to deliver this pizza, or it's gonna be not good because it's a
Just
pizza.
like everyone says, you're a man that people can rely on.
It was funny, I was looking up the first game, and it was like on sale in some places, and then I went to the PS5, and it was like, full price, please. I was like, fuck you, PS5.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense in some way, in that like now is the time that people are going to be like, I should check out that first game. It's like, okay, we'll pay up, motherfucker. Yeah, these little USB keys are vital to getting them hooked into the chiral network.
I find it very intriguing that there's all this like super sci-fi future tech, and then like a ladder.
Yeah, I mean, do you think a fucking robot is gonna be better than a ladder? No,
I mean,
you need a ladder. Okay.
Clearly, things like float in the air. It's like there's like telekinesis. I don't know, just fly the airplane to deliver the packages.
So
Drones.
we're now connected this little tiny bit, but you can see.
That looks like Texas.
I mean, does it look like Texas, or is it just shaped kind of like Texas? In the
This ain't Texas. You can't hold 'em.
Chiral network coverage successfully expanded. Commencing data collection.
Whoop.
5G network in your area. Data.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Hell yeah! I'm stealthy as fuck.
Porter grade.
You're the
increased.
handler.
Congratulations.
You handle things.
Calculated by APAS. Provide a snapshot of your experiences. Yada yada. Hold. Open the corpus. Oh, that's the other thing. The corpus is it's a codex, but they also did steal the Final Fantasy 16 thing, where it's like, hey, did they mention a thing in a cutscene?
Yeah.
Hold this button to go to and it's great. It's great. They did, like, if nothing else, Final Fantasy 16, like, everybody steal that shit. It's so good.
Everyone should steal that, and everyone who makes a game, even like a 10th of a percentage of a Metroidvania, just do the Prince of Persia screen, snapshot where you pin the photo to the map. It's like, okay, that's why I gotta go back there.
One of the main characters is just Margaret Qualley. She's from the Wally Qualley. I don't know.
Yeah, Margaret Qualley. Yeah.
Wally. She's one of the main twins that now share a body in his.
There are countless dangers in these parts. You should rest until you're
But
fully
I don't think that
recovered.
this is a guy.
Don't
Like,
push on
I don't think this
until
is
you're
like a
ready.
famous guy.
Please.
If it is,
stay
I don't
here
recognize him.
before you set out again.
Nah, he just seems like a dude.
As I mentioned before, we've been taking them to a nearby tar pit and dropping them in. Unfortunately, we took it too far. And it wasn't long before the whole pit turned into a BT area.
Yeah, beached things are like
Trying to
the
prevent the
fucking
emergence of
nightmare things
BTs,
that have like
we ended up
encroached into this
facilitating their
dimension
creation.
or whatever.
And with the
And they're
constant
those are like
downfall
the
of
boss fights, and
vicinity,
it's
gyro
sucks.
contamination has only grown worse.
Yeah, people did not like
All
the
these
boss fights in the
problems
first
have
game.
contributed to an increased
It's
suicide
the worst
rate,
part of the
which
game.
in turn has
By a
resulted in
lot.
even more bodies
I
that
do
we've had
think
no
that
way to
I want to
dispose of
say
properly.
that there's like a
But
you can
thanks to the
skip
chiral network,
BTs in
we
this.
can now fabricate the corpse disposal
Yeah, it
facilities
seems like
at
it's like the
lack.
en vogue thing now. It's to
Everything's
like
going to be
let
alright.
people just like literally skip portions of gameplay they don't enjoy.
Yeah, because I like 95% of this thing, and 5% of it makes me stop playing it. Should we let people continue playing the game, like just because they don't like this tiny chunk of the game? I think it makes sense. That listen, it's an option. Like, if you care about boss fights, then do boss fights. But if you don't want to, then let people finish games.
Well, our corpse disposal problem is no longer an issue thanks to you.
I'm gonna
But
need
there's nothing we
30
can do to get rid
seconds.
of the BT area we created.
You'll see where
Fear
I'm
of
going.
BTs and damage from timefall
right.
and chiralium exposure will continue to be a concern. And let's not forget about the bandits willing to attack travelers and facilities. But so long as we remain connected to the network, we'll have access to new tools and technologies to help combat these threats.
Just to do
You
the
brought us
do.
more than a connection to the
Do it.
outside. You brought us hope. Thank you.
You doing
again
the do,
for
Jared?
everything. I'll get started right away
So,
on preparing your
listen
next
to
order
this.
for you. By the time you wake up,
mic in.
it should be good to go. You'll just
So,
need to access the delivery
I
terminal
ordered,
here. I hope I can count on you.
Some of the do. I really wish they would pay us for advertising. And I had a new flavor, and I did a review, which I'm holding on to. I also put in a Walmart order for a new flavor. And today it said it was delivered while I was in Coney Island, and then it delivered it to rural Georgia. So I need Sam Porter Bridges to bring me the soda so I can finish the review series. So I'm probably after this gonna have to call Walmart and be like, hey, you guys literally sent it from New York to Georgia, but I live in New York.
Yeah. Okay. So also you're in these bunkers, dude. You gotta take a shower, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, Solid Snake could shower in MGS5.
Oh yeah. You get some you get some Norman Reedus cheeks, some reeks. I don't love that it's APAC. Has some political implications. I'm gonna fully okay. So now we gotta use the toilet.
APAC?
Yeah, well, because it said like your APAC's restored because like there's something in the game called APAC, but there's also AI. There's also AP.
Okay.
AIPAC. That is like use toilet and / shower. We're gonna get some. Are we gonna get some Reedus cheeks?
Piss out in the open,
Oh, you do.
like the first game.
You do a lot of pissing. Okay, here's some Reedus pecs and seps, seps.
Triceps, biceps,
Yeah.
quadriceps. Oh, this is one of those cans that has like the bottom that blew out, so you can't just like sit normally.
That sucks. You can sleep.
Still tastes good to me.
So like in the first game, there's a lot of stuff. You hang up your little baby, and all that stuff. And there's nothing cool yet, but obviously like you're gonna get. There's also they were sponsored by, I want to say Monster, originally,
Yeah.
and then they eventually patched it out of the game, where they're
Yep.
we're just gonna sleep. But so you just chug Monster.
So he's not doing all this for financial stability. He's doing it because his mom was the president, and he like has to for.
Yeah, well, yeah. So his mom. It's not like his biological mom, but it's like the person who raised him. And
I mean, that can still be a mom.
yeah. But I just mean like because like she has a biological daughter named Amelie. Yes, Amelie, like the movie. Because, hey, did you know that Hideo Kojima likes movies?
He sure does. Ooh, look at the baby.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Norman Reedus has
the baby
feelings.
has little angel wings.
And so, yeah, it's like, you're the only one who has the skills it takes to connect us back to our society.
Oh no, the baby's now inked.
Oh, the other thing is that he has dooms. That's because this is part of it is just he's good at it, like good at carrying shit, being a porter. The other thing is he has dooms, which allows him to sense BTs, beach things, which only like some people have, and because so like otherwise if you don't have the ability to sense it, you're just like, oh my god, a thing is here, and then because he has the ability to sense it, he can be like, okay, like there's a thing here.
Well, they better pay up. They better pay him a good chunk of change.
Yeah, well, he fucked off. No. He fucked off to like the American
right?
Southwest or whatever.
If you're worried
So
about Luke,
Fragile has the ability to warp, and she's trying not to use it too much because it fucks up your body.
I'll admit, this stuff is pretty new to me, but the app has been a big help.
All the apps.
I find it very funny
Getting
that
the milk just warm enough.
film snobs like me, cinephiles,
It's had the perfect
the first
advice
game
for every
had
situation.
Nicholas Winding Refn, and the second game has George Miller.
I mean, George Miller's pretty.
And if you didn't know what either of those looked like, you'd just be like, "Who are these schmoes?" Oh, and Del Toro. Guillermo del Toro. He was also in it.
Guillermo del Toro. He does not voice the character, but his model plays a major fucking thing. It has Mads Mikkelsen is in there in the first game.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Conan O'Brien, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're looking at Lea Seydoux, Troy Baker.
I didn't
He's a
recognize.
Starfucker.
I know that like that's a character from the first game, named Fragile, but I don't know the actress who plays her.
She was in the last two Bond movies. She is in a lot of Wes Anderson movies. She's in one of the Mission Impossible movies.
You know what? I've never seen a Mission Impossible.
Oh man, that's oh man.
My parents didn't really watch that many movies, so like, there was like 3 years where I was watching like 3 movies a week, because when Netflix had discs and it was good instead of like it is now and it sucks.
I would rather you watch the Mission Impossible movies rather than like James Bond movies you've missed, because I think like a majority of these James Bond movies are like
kind of bad. They're like, so I've seen, I want to say the first 2 Sean Connery ones.
Okay.
I have seen, when they released and when I was young, the like on rental or on TV, the
Pierce Brosnan.
The Pierce Brosnan ones. And Pierce Brosnan is kind of like, when you say Bond, Pierce Brosnan is who I think of.
Yeah, because the game.
Well, and also just kind of like the age that I am, like.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like them's the breaks. And then I saw the first Daniel Craig one. I've never seen any of. I've never seen any of the other ones. Like like you have, what the fuck is his name? Roger Moore, and then you have the Timothy Dalton one.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of that shit.
George Lazenby. So you've seen the best Daniel Craig. That's Casino Royale. That's the height. That's the peak. But every Mission Impossible minus the second one, which is John Woo, and apparently this new one, like they're fine, like they're okay, they're not amazing, but each of the other ones are so different in their style because of who directed them. So like the first one is just a straight up paranoid conspiracy thriller spy thing from oh god, what the hell is his name? Oh my god, it's gonna drive me nuts. Who did the first one?
I don't know. I am explicitly not the person to ask.
I usually have this on lockdown, but I went to Coney Island today.
Oh yeah, your blood matters a lot. You also collect your piss into little bags.
Like the president. Brian De Palma. So the first one is like a straight up paranoid conspiracy thriller spy thing. Brian De Palma with like a ton of plot twists. It's great. Second one's John Woo. It's whatever. The third one's a J.J. Abrams. It's like the darkest one. And has an incredible Philip Seymour Hoffman performance.
Yeah, but
And then the fourth
I'm
one
also
is-
now fully fucked J.J. Abrams forever.
No. That movie slaps. That movie I'll defend. Then Brad Bird did the fourth one. And he did The Incredibles. And,
people love
and The
Brad
Iron
Bird.
Giant. And that movie's really fun. That movie's like really, it's like completely different than like the previous one. And then the Christopher McQuarries are the more recent ones. And those are like straight up like some of the best action movies. So like the John Wicks and those recent Mission Impossibles, those are fucking action movies. Oh my God, are those good.
Sam sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
Wear on head. Change color.
Are there like brands? You think he like got an Oakley sponsorship or
Maybe.
Ray-Bans? Lower the cost of production.
By me.
Which is a lot of James Bond movies. It's, they're offset by having the Aston Martin and the certain watch and...
Let's look at this motherfucker. We're wearing it backwards. We're wearing.
Oh, you have to.
We're wearing it backwards.
You have to.
Okay, and then here's Juiced is their branding shit here. Examine table. I don't know if this is real, or if Also, you eat these like tardigrade looking motherfuckers, like giant tardigrades. You just eat them, just chomp down on them.
That sounds about right. So what percentage of gameplay to cutscene, like, is this Metal Gear Solid 5 or Metal Gear Solid 4? Those are the extremes.
I think it is in between. I think it is much more like a Metal Gear Solid 1. Like, there are cutscenes and sometimes they're long, but there's a lot of gameplay and a lot of like you can go like hours between cutscenes. Between cutscenes, and then they'll be like, here's a 15-minute cutscene. Like, it's Hideo Kojima.
It makes me think of Quantum Break, where it's like, here's like an episode of a TV show that's not very good, and you're like, why am I watching this?
I guess I can continue boosting my stamina by drinking this shit, I guess.
But isn't it temporary?
Yeah, but give me more stamina. I'll drink.
You're just gonna crash out, you know?
What are you gonna do? Yeah, do the do.
Crash out.
Hashtag do it. Back. Okay.
I can't believe I gotta call up Walmart and be like, hey guys, like,
Where's my soda?
can you like read addresses properly? Because like I triple checked. I do not live in Georgia.
Image. That baby is zonked.
Adorable.
Okay.
Absolutely adorable.
Okay, how the fuck do I leave here?
This is the game. You're just trapped in here forever.
Go to surface. Okay, view a test weapon. Is this like a shooting range? Looks like a shooting range. A VR shooting range.
No, it's VR.
Okay.
Shoot guns in their games.
Order fundamentals program. Okay, so this is just the tutorials. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. I'm gonna go back to my private room. And then I'm gonna leave. Go to surface. Go to main order.
So this is definitely increasing the chances that I will play through that first game.
It's
Probably
pretty
when I get back, and then start playing through the second game, which seems like it is better in every regard.
I guess. I mean, I do think that there has been a small percentage of people who are like, this doesn't do the thing that I really liked in the first game, or like it's like a here's a watered down version. But like I think that those are the minority opinion. But you know, maybe you'll feel like you're the minority opinion. Sometimes that happens.
We have some materials on hand here that you can use to make supplies for your journey. Take as much as you need. Now,
Thanks, dude.
we don't have all the same schematics in Mexico that you have access to in the UCA. But as you link up more facilities to increase chiral network bandwidth and improve your connection level with the locals, We should be able to share all kinds of new data with you, expanding your fabrication options further.
What cool,
I heard that you're
unique
planning to extend chiral
Mexican
network coverage
stuff
to the
are we
south,
gonna get? We're just
down
gonna
as
get
far
like,
as that research
hey,
facility.
dude, you want to 3D
So
print
go ahead
some
and pick up the order
like
I
a
posted for you.
molcajete?
I'll explain
Get
the
make
finer
up some
details of the
guacamole.
mission while you look at the map provided by ABAS.
Can you deliver chimichangas to the hungry fans of chimichangas like Deadpool?
Chimichangas are, fun fact, a Mexican American dish made originally created in Arizona, I believe, in the Tucson area. Let's see what we can build. Fabricate.
Making chimichangas in Tucson, Arizona. Paul McCartney in that Beatles doc. Is Tucson in Arizona? And he's like asking these other British people, and they're like, we don't know. It's so funny. He's like, well, that sounds good lyrically. I just don't know if that city's in that state.
It notoriously is. A bag of blood will restore Sam's blood levels when connected. Empty blood bags will automatically be replaced. Bags, blah, 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 blah. We definitely need some blood.
Oh, man. I imagine the sponsorship deals for the different boots. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you get some Timberlands.
Nike, Adidas.
Climbing Anchor. Unowned. Give me 2 of them. Have a ladder. And a repair spray. You should probably have that. My boots are okay. Have a bucket. And then,
Just remember, you can't fast travel when over encumbered unless you have a perk.
pop a perk and I black out. Fuck it, I'm blowing her back out.
Sure.
Fabricate. Fabricate. Did they just do all of it? Like multiple. It's in
Backpack, backpack, backpack,
Okay.
backpack.
I'm gonna hang that now. Not too attached. Attached to left hip.
You should put everything on one side of your body and just walk really weird.
No, you get fucked. You will fucking fall, dude.
No, but that's funny. Physical humor, physical comedy, that's hilarious.
And then I'm gonna.
Now it does look like your character is ready to prank the dean of the college.
Oh, right, because he's dressed like a douchebag.
Yeah.
Keep that in my locker.
Party on, Sam Porter Bridges. No one messes with our fraternity.
Okay.
Porter Bridges.
Okay. Now we gotta take on orders. So the next thing is we gotta go to the next place to keep on linking up to until we get to, like, I think when I say there's like 3 places to go to expand the chiral network until we get to like the city that we actually want to go to. That's like the big place that furthers the story. We have to go to like steps along the way to
Your
keep
next destination
pushing
is
out the
Villa
chiral
Libre.
network.
The people there don't have enough medical equipment to meet their needs.
Home to pregnant women.
If you bring them this
elderly
delivery,
people,
you'll be sure to earn their trust.
no local
Once
doctor,
you've done that, you'll have an easier
no
time
access to
convincing them to
reliable
become part of the
medical
chiral network.
help the residents gain their
Timefall is
trust.
coming down
Bring in
hard
at
in
least
this
one.
area. Cargo
Wait.
can take.
Yeah, I mean, looks like
If you carry
we need.
container repair
They need
spray with
help.
you can use it to mitigate these effects before
Um,
it becomes a problem.
Can I tell
Keep an eye
the
out for
viewers
rivers and bandit
or
camps in the
listeners
area
and
too.
you a fun story?
Hazards
So
like these can
I
make
went to
your
Coney
life
Island
much
earlier today.
harder.
Mm-hmm.
On your
And,
way to Villa Libre, you
the
might pass a post box we built.
Major
We left
part of
behind
it
some
is
spare
an
equipment
arcade,
in its shared
and
locker.
inside are all the
If
like
you see
new
it, take a
arcade
look
games.
inside.
Like
Everything is yours to use.
there's like a
as
Halo
you deem
one,
fit.
like a Tomb Raider
There
one,
should be
Flappy
materials
Bird.
in there too.
yeah,
Enough
Angry
to
Birds,
fabricate
and like
something
modern
you
mobile
like.
stuff like Fruit Ninja.
Also,
And
if
then
you
there's
have
like
any
air
extra
hockey and like
equipment,
Mario
you
Kart
can use
GP
the box to
and
donate it
crap
to
like
other
that.
people.
Mario Kart
But then
GP,
like-
which
With
is
a
from
moment's
like the
generosity,
year
you can make another
2002.
quarter stay. Finally,
No,
the
there's
exposed
much more
box
reason
has a
than it had
private
to be.
locker which
Because
is
they made a
used
sequel.
to
But it's
store
like,
They've made a sequel.
oh, it's not the
and a
GameCube
recycle
era
feature
one.
that will turn
No,
any
no, no,
needed
no, no.
items
Okay.
into materials.
And
So what do you think? Have enough information to plan
But
your
like
journey
that's
to
in like
Villa Libre?
in the main part, but like on the outside, like, and there's like a weird back alley, like on the outside of the arcade, just this dingy area where it's just like Tetris, Super Turbo, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Darkstalkers, TMNT. It had like a murderer's row of games. And it was just like, oh my god, like these are like original cabinets, like MK1 and Tekken 1, and it was impressive. It was really funny how it was just like stark in contrast. It was just like, there's all these like old shitty games, and I'm looking, I'm like, these are the greatest things I've ever seen.
Did I tell you? I'm sure I told the group chat that I went to like a brew pub, and they had a Galaga and a Tapper machine.
Ooh.
And I'm like, yeah, fuck all your hamburgers that cost $20 or whatever, but like, Galaga.
Yeah, it's funny how there's like new modern arcades with like new games, mostly like ticket things, or just like really, you know, stuff that like isn't interesting. And then there's like barcades that are in the city, and they have some decent stuff. You'll find like a Crazy Taxi or like, you know, Light Gun Games or whatever. And then there's like old Chinatown Fair, like that's where like the OGs hang out, and it's like that's where the good stuff is. Like that's where like the Third Strike machines are.
This order
Yeah.
calls for some pretty hefty cargo, to be sure. But don't forget to take into account all the other extras you'll need to carry to get the job done.
Boy, yak. There's so much
piece of
stuff to
equipment
remember
you
and
take
read.
also
Let me
adds to
walk,
your
man.
overall
Let me
weight.
deliver.
So
I have
think
bad
carefully
news.
about your loadout.
There's a lot of this.
Try to pick critical items that won't weigh you down and wear you out when run out of stamina halfway through a delivery, and you're in for a world of hurt.
Yeah.
Backpack. Please. In backpack.
Make all necessary
So, like,
preparations for
if you
your
were to change the
delivery.
difficulty,
Everything is in order.
what exactly? Because like most games, it's like your health and enemy damage, or enemy health and your damage. For like, but this, it's like, how would you make this game harder or easier?
Oh, you get you have health and stamina, and you're the people that like that will fuck you up have health and stamina. BTs have health and stamina. Like, they're there. You just want to not get them. Like, I just drew the map, so I'm not in the place where they're gonna fucking try to get my ass. Backpack. What? There's like an optimize button. I don't want to. I want cargo management, and then there's like auto arrange. That's what I want. So that I'm like, I'm heavily loaded, but I'm not at my max, but I am heavily loaded. Is there stuff that I can leave behind that is heavy?
Hey, after a few more spiked Mountain Dews, I'll be heavily loaded.
I'm gonna
Oh,
place this in my private locker.
ooh, you're the transporter. You have transporter boots.
Those are in case my boots fucking wear out. And then okay, and then auto range again. Okay. I'm okay. My weight is better now. I'm under like it's. I was still not maxed out. Like I wasn't even really close to being maxed out, but it's in like okay, this is gonna start fucking your shit up. Okay, and then I'm gonna head out. We're getting close to an hour, but let's walk a little bit.
Yeah.
And go for a little bit more, and then
Thank you.
see what happens. Oh, there's like you gotta spam like.
To withstand the heat.
Art.
Sign detected nearby.
Perhaps you should take a break.
These are all things placed in the world by actual real people, which is cool.
Now you're experiencing Dark Souls.
Support you.
Except for all those would just say like finger, butthole, or
The real Dark Souls starts now.
jump off ledge.
Yeah,
Secret
see,
here.
This is that bad shit.
Safety first.
Timefall. Exposure to timefall damages containers, reduces their capacity to absorb impacts. Container sprays to restore them to original condition. have anything to say? No. Okay. Well, fuck off then. Okay. So we want to get out of the rain. Like, it's regional and stuff, so it's like we kind of want to. We kind of want to like. We don't want to like fuck up our stamina, but like we want to get out of here. Like the area where it's raining. I don't think that we have. Yeah, I don't think there's like a weather.
The box is on your shoulders and legs, or your arms and your legs. Make it. You look like the Silver Samurai. You know, that kind of armor, like the Japanese armor.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's like
where you're just like
it looks
panels that like run off your arm or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to watch Shogun. It's a thing that is like one of these days I want to watch it. And
Shogun
and Hulu is like the one streaming thing that I have. So
I gotta get on there and start watching The Bear. So that's back.
everything I've ever seen about it makes me make a face.
That's what my wonderful girlfriend also said. Like, that show
Seems
can
stressful.
be anxiety-inducing. It's very stressful. There's a lot of yelling. Everyone's sort of miserable. I mean, it's a really good show. I don't think it's like the greatest show ever made, because like people for the like the first like season or two were like, "This is the greatest TV show ever made," and I was like, "No." They also said that about Succession, and I still don't think that's the case. I don't think any TV show has ever been able to touch The Simpsons for comedy. The Simpsons for comedy, or like Mad Men, The Wire, Sopranos for like drama, Breaking Bad. You know, like I don't think we'll ever hit those heights ever.
You know, I've never seen Mad Men. I just don't watch a lot of TV, and there's a lot of movies I haven't seen.
Man, I'm so jealous of all the things you haven't seen that you get to see.
And the thing is, like, I just have so little time that is like to me that is grant time, and that time is video games, baby.
Well, what if you were to do these for a website? Do them for your job?
I guess, but do people want that? Because I'm like, okay, sure, fuck it. Why not? I'm not like, hell yeah, brother, I can't wait to watch Mad Men.
You should be.
Mad Men seems fine. I mean, like, it's also like, you want to watch this guy be a dick for like 6 seasons or whatever?
It's 7. It's more than that.
But it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that, right? Of like, here's this fucking 1950s asshole.
60s. I think men of that era got away with a lot of stuff, and the show really shows it over time. It's like, you can't get away with this stuff anymore. Although I'm sure Reagan was just like, now everyone can get away with financial crimes, you know, instead of like leaving picnics worth of shit in a park and littering, or like hitting your wife, or doing blackface. And, you know, like over time it's like, you can't do these things anymore. You know, like that's what that show really is about.
The woke mob won't let me put out my cigars into your eye anymore.
Yeah, you know, treat women so poorly. Only for
Is there like
75 years later, the Supreme Court to treat women poorly.
Do they deal with race stuff?
Yeah.
Because it's like a pretty, like, if they're in the 60s, there's a lot of racial
No,
tension.
they deal with every major historical thing, and they always have characters to sort of like guide you along the path of like, hey, maybe we should start hiring minorities, and hey, like maybe we should not have certain opinions about like Jewish people, and like, hey, maybe we should let women, you know, do X, Y, Z, and like, hey, you know, like maybe the moon landing, you don't have to be like cynical and like, we have Earth problems. We should be spending money on like Earth people, not going to the moon. You know, like there's always like people around to like, Vietnam is good actually. You know, like to sort of show you like the gulf between like the people who are sane and sensible and you like, and like crazy nut jobs who are like, cheating on my wife. Like everyone's got to do that. That's great.
Yeah, it was really shocking to me at the time as how much in The Sopranos it's just like, well, everybody is super mega cheating on their wife, right?
Oh, everyone has a girlfriend and a wife. Yeah, that's just how Italian mobs go.
I want to.
That's like in Goodfellas, like you know, Saturdays and Sundays were with the wife and kids, but Friday nights were with girlfriends.
Listen, man, if everybody is consenting and it's cool, then go nuts. But cheating, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, Jared. Not very nice.
Ladders.
Yeah, that's the thing. Also, you use ladders to cross stuff way more than you use it to climb stuff. I need to reorient myself.
You gotta get out of this rain, dude.
I know, but it's like, what are you gonna do?
You can't put like a poncho over your packages.
I mean, yeah, but it's gonna get fucked up by the timefall. Like, what's immune to timefall, dude?
Yeah, no, I guess you're right.
Like,
What is immune to time? What a profound question.
Oh, see, so you see, did you see me stumbling a bit?
Yeah.
So when you're on like uneven terrain, you gotta like buckle down and try to like lower your center of gravity. Get over there. This seems like a good place to try to do that. Okay, we're making progress. We're almost to the thing. We're almost to cross. Let's get out of the chiral network, and then we can wrap up the stream, and then
Cool.
we'll do that. Yeah, he does keep doing a thumbs up. It should only be a couple more. Oh god.
No damage detected.
You fell down!
I did. Carry on back.
The management team at FedEx is gonna have your head for this.
Yeah, they're not unionized like UPS is. Unionize everybody.
If everyone on the planet held out together, stayed strong, and just fucking unionized, something called a greater good, everyone.
The spam like. The people likes. It is cool when you put down a thing and then you boot up the game like the next day and it'll be like, you have 450 likes.
Yeah, they give you I forget what they give you in the Souls games or Elden Ring. Like they give you like little rewards if you like get people to like your comment or whatever.
Okay. We've crossed into the new thing. Let's wrap this baby up.
All right.
Jared, where can people find you on the internet?
I write for videogame.town and I'm on Blue Sky.
Jared
It's just
Russo.
my name. And I'm on no, I guess I don't post to my YouTube anymore. I guess I post to the VGT YouTube channel now.
We're on YouTube.
So yeah.
Yeah, we're on Twitch. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on
We're on
Blue
LinkedIn,
Sky.
technically.
Kind of, sort of. We are on.
Sort of.
We do have a thing.
Yeah,
on
like you and I are
Yeah,
on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Well, but also like we do have a company, and I've claimed the page and da 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 da.
Yeah.
But it's probably if you don't
You
work.
can't squat on it.
If you don't work
Can't steal
here,
it.
it's probably not very fun. Yeah, there's stuff. There's lots of tons of cool stuff. We do videos like this. We do a podcast every single week. We put out a podcast every Monday. So that's available on all of your favorite podcast places, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I like Overcast. It's a great app. I've pushed it on
Yeah.
Jared. It's a really fucking
No,
good app.
I'm a convert. I've been using it that's where I go now.
It automatically pulls in onto YouTube. So if you prefer to have the podcast play in a browser in YouTube, you can do that. You can also just go to videogame.town and visit us and find all our cool stuff, find all our posts. We do audio, we do video, we do all a bunch of social network stuff. Jared, what's one of your favorite things that you wrote this past week? NBA draft?
That was fun. That was actually fun to
The fashion of
because
the
there were
NBA.
there were draft day suits that like went into the night, like the later picks, and there was like a guy who had like little like balls on his sleeves, like jingle jangled, and there was a dude who had like a purple gradient, and it like changed colors. Like there was some stuff I didn't even get to
Mm-hmm.
because I was asleep by then. But yeah, that was a good one.
And then I did a post about a Grant's Gem, if you will, about Norco, about why I love that game and why it's so special. Check that out, videogame.town. But until next time, joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.